You ever notice how quiet retirement can feel? The alarm clock stops ringing, the meetings disappear, and suddenly there's space. But here's the catch. Sometimes that space feels less like freedom and more like emptiness. One day you're excited to finally rest. The next, you're staring at the same four walls wondering, is this all there is? And maybe the thought creeps in, I miss the feeling of earning. I miss having purpose. But then, another voice answers back. It says, don't be silly, you're past that stage. It's too late to start earning again. Sound familiar? Here's the thing, that belief, it's wrong. And today, I'm going to show you why. Because extra income after 60 doesn't have to mean starting a big business. It doesn't mean stress, employees, or late nights. It can be simple, it can be light, it can even be fun. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 5 easy passive income ideas you can try right now. And by the end, you might see retirement not as the end of earning, but as the beginning of a whole new kind of freedom. Let's start with something that quietly builds wealth while you sleep. Dividend stocks. Now don't tune out, this isn't Wall Street jargon. Think of it like this. You own a tiny piece of a company, and that company says thank you every few months with a cash payment. That's a dividend. The beauty? Once you set it up, it works on autopilot. You don't need to trade every day or stare at screens. You simply hold your shares, and the checks arrive. Imagine sipping your morning coffee, checking your account, and seeing a deposit that appeared overnight. Not from working, not from hustling, but simply from letting your money work quietly in the background. And if you're worried you don't know enough, here's the secret. Most beginners start with a handful of well-known companies that have paid dividends for decades. It doesn't have to be complicated. And the moment you see that first deposit, something shifts inside. It's proof that earning doesn't stop at 60. Now let's move to something lighter. Have you ever opened your closet and felt a little overwhelmed? Boxes stacked high, shoes from 10 years ago, craft supplies you swore you'd use. We all keep things, just in case. But here's the twist. Those forgotten items, they can turn into cash. Reselling online has become one of the easiest ways for retirees to create side income. eBay, Etsy, even Facebook Marketplace. They're simple to use, and millions of people are shopping every day. I know a woman who dug out a box of vintage costume jewelry she hadn't touched in 20 years. Piece by piece, she listed them. A necklace here, a bracelet there. Within 3 months, she'd earned enough to cover her weekly groceries, just from clearing space. And you know what she told me? The money was nice, but the real joy was watching strangers send notes saying how much they loved their new treasures. It felt like passing joy forward. And isn't that a beautiful thought? Ready for the third idea? This one flips the script completely. Peer-to-peer lending. Now, don't let the term scare you. It simply means you lend small amounts of money to people or businesses through trusted online platforms. And in return, you earn interest. Think about it. All your life, you've borrowed from banks, car loans, mortgages, credit cards, but now you can be the bank in a safe and controlled way. You choose how much to lend. You spread it across many borrowers to keep risk low. And every month, little payments trickle back in, like a steady heartbeat. One retiree I know treats it like a hobby. She reads borrower stories and picks the ones that inspire her. A teacher starting a tutoring business, a young family fixing up their home. For her, it's not just income, it's connection. It's feeling part of something bigger than herself. Now, let's ground it in something closer to home. Idea number 4. Renting out small spaces. Not your house, not even a room. Think smaller. Do you have a driveway? A corner of your garage? A storage shed that's half empty? Believe it or not, people will pay to use them. Someone needs a safe spot to park their car. Someone else needs space for boxes during a move. Websites now make it easy to list your space, set your price, and watch income arrive. It's the definition of passive. You don't need to work at it. You just let your space earn for you. And here's the hidden benefit. It feels good to help someone solve a problem while also earning yourself. And now, the fifth idea, my favorite. Sharing what you know. Think about it. Over the years, you've collected skills: cooking, sewing, organizing. Maybe you can bake the perfect pie crust, or maybe you've mastered growing tomatoes in the backyard. Those skills, as ordinary as they feel, are valuable. There are people searching right now for someone to show them how. And platforms like Skillshare or YouTube let you share once and keep earning as people watch. Picture this. You film a 10-minute video on your phone showing how to crochet a simple scarf. You upload it. Then, every time someone learns from it, you earn a little. It's your knowledge, working quietly in the background. And here's the deeper truth. When you share your skills, you don't just earn. You leave a legacy. Your wisdom reaches people you'll never meet. And that's a form of wealth no market can take away. So let's pause and reflect. 5 ideas: dividend stocks, reselling forgotten treasures, peer-to-peer lending, renting out small spaces, and sharing your skills. None of these require starting a business. None require working full-time. And every one of them proves the old belief wrong. It is not too late. The real relief comes when you stop thinking in terms of giant paychecks, because you don't need thousands a month to feel different. Sometimes a few $100s is all it takes, enough to cover a grocery bill, enough for a spontaneous dinner out, enough to say yes to that weekend trip without worry. And over time, those small streams of income add up. They flow together into something steady, something comforting, something that feels like freedom. So the next time you hear that voice whisper, "It's too late to earn again," remember this moment. Remember the closet full of treasures, the driveway that sits empty, the skills you've carried for decades. It was never too late. In fact, this might be the perfect time, because now, earning isn't about pressure. It isn't about survival. It's about joy, connection, and choice. And maybe tonight, as you sip your tea, you'll pick one of these 5 ideas. You'll take a small step, and when that first dollar arrives, whether from a dividend, a sold book, a rented driveway, or a video someone watched, you'll smile. Because you'll know the truth. Retirement isn't the end of earning. It's the beginning of earning differently. And once you see that, you'll never look at passive income the same way again.